viewers and listeners at home. Welcome to Point On. I am Suleiman Haruna, your uncle. Joining me in the studio is Dr. SULEIMAN MUHAMMED, a political analyst and a motivational speaker. Also with me in the studio is Engineer ODIESON AHMAD, who is a software engineer. And today we'll be discussing on a very important issue, which is political representation. They are going to give us their own expertise and insight that is going to shape our political representation in the nation. Engineer ODIESON, you're welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, viewers and listeners at home.
Also, Dr. SULEIMAN, you're welcome.
Thank you, Suleiman, and thank you, viewers at home. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Let the conversation continue. Dr. SULEIMAN, we're looking at political representation. And then my first question goes this way. What do you think is the most pressing issues facing Nigerian politics, political landscape?
There are a lot of issues facing political landscape in Nigeria. And let me start from the point you understand, or the topic as you tackle political representation. Yes, politics, as we all know, is a game of number. And having this number, there are a lot of works to be done, you understand? So, the politicians are doing a lot to win the heart of people into their political camp. But the unfortunate thing is that there is no political ideology, you understand, which is the major problem that they are facing. Because presently, I can tell you that we have one political party, which is APC. The rest are just a kind of department under APC. Why did I say so?
Okay.
If you can, recall in the time past, let me say 2013 to 2015, 2014, prior to the registration of the APC, the major political party we had that time was PDP. And I think they control about 26 or 27 states across the nation before the coming of APC. And when the APC came, there are a lot of people who castigated the APC. They say, what is APC? Is it among personnel carrier? They called the party all sorts of names. Even some region even declared that over their dead body that jihadist political party will not, because of where the APC is coming from, will never reach their state. But today, the same people who castigated against APC are all in APC today. Do you understand? Right. So, is there any ideology there? You understand? Okay, now what is APC doing different from what PDP did that we complain about? They are even doing the worst today. And we are saying the party, you understand, should go. I mean, the PDP at that time should go because we want something new, we want change. But yes, the mantra of the APC that time, the slogan of the APC that time, when the late President Muhammad Buhari was campaigning, General Muhammad Buhari at that time, the slogan was changed, you understand? And we were all thinking that it was positive change for good. But at the end of the day, the change we even had was even worse than the conductor that used to collect change in the bus, you understand? So this is where we are, you understand? So basically, we have a lot of pressing issues. Electoral process is there that we are not yet getting right, you understand? The issue of party ideology, you understand, which I told you, the issue of representation, political representation, you understand, of the people, and a lot of that, you understand? So if we can get one of these right, which is electoral system, I think we'll get the remaining one right. Because the politicians don't want us to get this thing right because of the way they used to link themselves into office.
Okay.
Thank you.
I believe if I can understand you clearly here, that is the political landscape today, is that the political party we have today, the only thing that differentiates them is the nomenclature.
Yes.
The idea is all same. And then also that if the issue of the electoral act may be really reviewed, that will save a lot.
Yes.
Is that your position?
Exactly. You see, there are amendments, there are processes, you understand, of electoral review system and the rest of them. But the gladiators, the actors, you understand, do they abide by this change? You understand? That is where the problem is.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Let me turn to Dr. Ahmad. How can
Engineer.
all these issues? Okay, sorry. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Engineer ODIESON. How can this issue be properly addressed?
Yes, to start with, thank you very much for that question. To start with, we all know democracy, it's about game of number. And when you are talking of representation, in this case, you are talking of, because it's not an all-comer affair. Like when you look through the legislature, you look through the executive, some persons will canvass and they will be the forerunners. And when given the mandate, they act on behalf of the people. But the truth is, are they really representing the people? That's the issue. That's where the issue of ideology comes in, and party manifestos. In those days, you know all the party manifestos at your fingertips. But these days, who talks about manifesto?
But we do heard in some of their either conferences and or otherwise that the gathering is all about explaining the manifesto to the electorate.
Now, the simple question would be, does this manifesto translate to the lives of the people? When you have anarchy, you have poverty, the economy is in comatose. Now we have two national anthems. We have two currency. You understand? All the security architecture is in shambles. You can no longer sleep with your eyes closed. So what are the dividends of democracy that this representation is giving to the people? Absolutely, it's not in existence, or it is close to nothingness. So we should ask, we deserve better than what we are getting.
What is the position of the citizens?
The citizen, as you well know, is lamentation galore.
Serious.
Because in the not too distant past, as a matter of fact, just like doctor said, what you have now, it's almost about one party system. It's one APC and the rest of them, where presidents have been taking over politics. No more compassion. All you hear is even ab initio, it is one politics, one campaign to the other.
Okay, are you telling me now that the position of the opposition that will have been a kind of
a check? Yes. There is completely, it's eroded. All the parties, all we hear now is proliferation of defection. Governors are defecting to the ruling party, all because they have interests to protect. It is not about representation anymore. It's about self-aggrandizement.
Okay, this is your position now. We'll now bring it back to my question. Okay. Doesn't, we say that there are manifestos. Is it after now or before then there is this absence of that manifesto? Because what is the cause for them leaving the party first?
Yes, that is where the issue of ideology comes back. The cardinal point, just like if you are going to build a house, you have your building plan. So the ideology, what guides you to be in this party? And that party is streamlined along the party ideology, and it's being, their checks and balances are then spellbound, entrenched in the manifesto. So if I go to this position, A, B, C are things that I represent. So we associate you by that party. But now with the defection, it is no longer about ideology.
Yeah.
It's about the interest.
Not the interest of the mandate.
No,
Or the citizen.
it's not the citizen. It's about what do I stand to get? How can I secure my position in the next dispensation? That is all it's all about.
Thank you, sir. What did the sorry, sir? Thank you. Can the voice of the citizen be heard in this kind of situations?
Yes, it can. It can.
How?
The issue is that despite that we say the system is bad, it's rotten, we are still making progress as citizens.
Right.
Yes, during the election, if you watch, there are candidates that know fully well that they did not perform well, you understand, and they are coming to seek for the election, or even the ones that have not even gone there, that we know in the society that no, this man, with his attitude, we cannot give him him or her our mandate, but he's still struggling because his central focus is that after all, there are ways we can get there without even if people do not vote for us. But there are ways the citizen, the electorates, can prove him wrong, prove him or her wrong, you understand? Yes. Let people participate, you understand, in the electoral system. Voting, enlightenment, voter education. Let people know, you understand, that by the time you leave politics, for the people you say you hate so much, the worst leader will continue to emerge, you understand. So let us participate by voting, by campaigning, by enlightening people that know we cannot sit back at home and say, after all, you know, these people, forget about them. The people you don't want, they will continue to emerge, you understand, as your leader. But by the time we are participating through voting, through education, through participation, through guiding and the rest of that.
That is, there should be a full participation.
Full participation, you understand?
That will actually happen.
Exactly. Because you have the right to vote and to be voted for. Don't just take this right away because it is your right. And that is where you can make change. That is where our voices can be heard. Let me give you a scenario. A popular senator, which if I mention her name today, everybody knows she's a lady. Senator Nasha, distinguished Senator Nasha Akpoti-Oduah from Kogi Central. You knew, you understand, when she came up, you understand, on the first attempt she made was on SDP. That was in 2021, understand? But she failed. She went back home. Everybody knew how she struggled, you understand, to come up. And her popularity, you understand, speak volume. The second time, okay, she defected to PDP. So eventually, almost all the wards, all the they voted for her. But there was manipulation along the line. But when she went to court, you understand, it was just one local. I think it was one local government out of 5 local government they picked, and she got her, you understand, mandate back. If she did not participate, that wouldn't have happened. And everybody is seeing what that woman is doing today. Go to Kogi. If I don't even go, ask anybody that are not even from Kogi.
In my street, are you campaigning for her?
No. I'm telling you, you understand what it's not a campaign. Okay. I don't even know whether she's even seeking re-election. Okay. But currently, she is a serving senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District. Okay. And she's doing wonderfully well. Ask anybody, they will tell you the woman she has become my audience. Yeah, I'm telling the audience that's a what representation, quality representation, not just representation, okay. Quality representation. You understand? It's all about. Good. That is the example I made by mentioning her name. I'm not campaigning for her.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Engineer Odieson, how can we strengthen accountability and transparency in Nigerian politics?
You know, there is a typical adage that says, he that goes equity must go with a clean hand.
Yeah.
The electoral processes are clear. First, we have the ombudsman, which is the INEC, responsible for conducting elections. Yeah. Secondly, these electoral processes, they come in varying type. The registration, the accreditation, and then the election proper. All these are processes. That notwithstanding, the parties should be identified and their ideologies clearly spelled out. And then credible men and women should be prevailed upon to pick up various positions so that they can serve the people, and qualitatively too. So, and then the onus, besides all of us, the onus also is with the masses. They should stop being docile. There should be accountability on the part of the masses. Not just giving out their mandate, but seeing that they are equally represented. So, and to also avert this issue of bread and butter politics. So that, because he see that he that pays the piper dictates the tone. So we should avoid it, so that this issue of rice, sugar, in exchange for votes or sales of votes should be discountenanced. And on the long extent, if all these are some of the issues that we take seriously, then we are ready to make headway in our political sojourn.
Thank you so much. Like, we had the electorate's complaints of this accountability. We don't know the one who elect these people into position. Is it mean they were not maybe in the good position to actually identify who can actually occupy such a position? Do they maybe, or in which form, or at what form, do elected personalities were being given such responsibility to hold?
The beauty of democracy is that your results, your antecedents, speaks volume for yourself. In Latin, we say nemo judex in casa sua. So if your mandate is renewable, after a certain period of time, and you fail to discharge equitably your responsibility, you stand a chance of being thrown out. So if you have a mandate for 4 years, or you have the mandate for 2 years, as is constitutionally barred, and you fail to deliver, the people will be there waiting for you at the next election to give you the jackboot. But if you do well within that period of time, then you stand to your mandate to be renewed. So democracy is a beauty on itself, if we can only be abiding in the procedure.
Okay, what you have, or let me turn to Dr. SULEIMAN to give us, let's say, a more in-depth or insight about this accountability. Sir, these elected people, were they not, the mandates, were they not from the electorate?
Yeah.
Why then, after giving them such a trust, complaining for the negligence or the absence of accountability? What are these misconceptions?
The issue of accountability by the leaders, I think, is very vital and key. You understand? The electorates that give the elected officers the mandate through which they rode into the various offices, they have the right to demand for accountability. They have the right to demand for accountability because you are not elected for self-enrichment or personal aggrandizement. You are elected to represent the people, and you have to give the account of your state worship, you understand, to the people that you are representing. So, and where and how do people hold their leaders accountable? That is why there are various agencies, you understand, that you can report them to if you feel that certain things are not done the way it should be. But the major problem here is that would they listen? Would they ready to be accountable? You understand? Because this is the major problem. You can see that I think there is a Freedom of Information Act where an individual, not even journalist alone, as a citizen, you can walk into an organization, you can walk into an office to demand for a certain thing that are not well, clear to you. Please, I read the budget of this also ministry. I read the budget of this also local government. I'm from here. Let me see, you understand what you are doing with this budget, because with what you are seeing on ground, it does not reflect the amount of funds, you understand, that are disbursed to this. It becomes a problem because they don't want, and this is the only way that the citizen can go and ask for accountability, you understand, because you cannot go there with violence. We can go there for simple, you understand, demanding for how does this thing done. There was one particular incident that happened between one of the, I will not mention the TV station, between the presenter and the minister, the serving minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So this young presenter was asking the minister, you say, okay, we have constructed this also coastal road, you understand, to this point. How much a kilometer cost becomes a problem. He said, you are a small boy, I'm a professor in practice dealer. How does this reflect the question this young man asked? Are you saying that Nigeria don't demand, they reserve the right to know how much you are spending in constructing the roads that is going to serve all of us? Because the money you are spending, that is not your own personal money. It's the taxpayers' money, your money, my money, money of everybody. So you see that when it comes to accountability, our office holders, public office holders don't like it at all.
Okay, that is, there's this either mistrust between the representative and the citizen.
Exactly, there is a mistrust. In fact, the gap is even more widened, you understand, than the way we are looking at it. Because if there is no mistrust, you don't even wait for the citizen to demand, you understand, for this thing before you come to the public to tell them that this is, you understand, what we are doing with the trust you gave us. This is how we are executing it. This is what you do. Just like engineer said, he who comes to equity must go with clean hands. You show the people, you understand. Like if I'm running my private business, you don't have the right to come and question me out. But once it has become public office, people must ask and you must give, you understand. People will ask questions and you must take your time to explain to them, because it is their money.
Doctor, thank you so much. It takes me to these other questions. What step can be taken to increase civic engagement and participation in the electoral processes?
Thank you very much. You see, just like engineer said, when you talk about electoral processes, it's not just voting that involves. You have to start by registration. I can even tell that a lot of people, most especially the young men and some of these our big men that are going about and complaining about this, about that, some of them don't even have voters card. A lot of, I challenge you today, go and find out, a lot of them don't even have voters card. On the election day, they will cross their leg and watching TV in their parlor, while the young men will be in the field playing ball. And once the people you expected to win did not win, you start, you understand, talking up and down, this, that, you are in, calling people also to name on social media. How do you want that person to win when you are not participating in the process? You understand? So how can we increase it? It's through voter education. That is why sometimes I don't even know what national orientation is doing, but these are pure responsibility of national orientation agency. You have to orientate the people that this is what you're supposed to do. Participate. Don't say no because this government came, all the promises they made. No, you cannot fold your hand because this is the government we are practicing, whether you like it or not. There is another 4 years that is coming, another new set of leaders will be, emerge. And how do they emerge? It is through your voting. Go out there and register, have your voters card. Go and campaign for the candidate you think can win. On the election day, not only you go with your family, the voting age, go there and talk people.
Thank you, Doctor. Engineer ODIESON, what is your take about this?
I think Doctor has done a lot of analysis in that regard. If I have to add, civic responsibility, the onus lies with the mandate given by the people to their electorate. Now, we must equally guide them jealously. And in a situation where the National Orientation Agency, which is an organ of government aimed with this dissemination of information as regards how elections and every other surrounding it should be carried out, if they had been found wanting, then the other bodies and agencies should also step up. But where all this fails, we also have representation from the National Assembly, representing all the cronies. They too can lend their voices in that regard. And in the final analysis, when all this have failed, the mandate given by the people or the masses will no longer have any option than erring electorates to be voted out. My submission on that note is that they are, because it's a license, I call them license. The license should not be renewed. Or renewed or whatever they call it. Within, after the expiration of the other thing, they should be kicked out.
Thank you, Engineer ODIESON. My next question, so that our viewers can actually partake in this very notable pronouncement by the President. A few days ago, the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria has actually made a pronouncement that says every security agent that is attached to whoever should be withdrawn. And then it's so surprising that the IG, the Inspector General of Police, made a different or has a different thought to sort, which tends to desegregation. That some people has to maybe left with some of these security agents. What are your takes about this?
You know, that statement, it reminds me of the popular saying, Animal Farm, where they say all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. It's a very heartwarming pronouncement by His Excellency, the President, GCFR, and it's commendable. Because, and this statement is taken at the heels of the fact that they are trying to unravel the prevailing insecurity that had pervaded this, and he's trying to say, trying to be accountable to the people. Let this security man man all and sundry, so that than individuals. And I think it's commendable. Everybody should go along that line and support this clarion call, so that the electorate too will have their properties and life protected.
Thank you so much. Why is such a pronouncement coming from the IG?
Yeah, just like I earlier said, he's trying to be more holier maybe than the Pope.
Thank you so much. Doctor, what are your takes about this?
I think if I should say, I listened to him on one of the radio stations when he was addressing some pressmen.
Because I believe this should be commendable by every...
Yes, I think I had a different opinion, or what I heard is different from what he said, that such order came before, but this time around they are going to obey it to the letter, because it's coming as an order directly from Mr. President. Now what they are going to do, I think he gave a figure about 11,250 something policemen attached to the VIPs.
Exactly.
So he said they are going to do a gradual withdrawal of these policemen from this VIP, that if they should go and withdraw them immediately, they will make them vulnerable. You understand?
Does it mean that the life of the so-called VIP, their life are much better or important than any other citizen in the country?
I hope you listen to what Engineer ODIESON said. Okay. Should I repeat it again? In animal farm, some animals are more important.
You are at home. However, you are watching on point. till next time, till next day, when we shall be bringing you another topic on point. Thank you for staying tuned. We shall be bringing you another interesting episode. Till then, thank you so much, Abba.